On Dirty Laundry, that song is very revealing for you, and you did reveal how you were in a relationship and it was abusive. We don't know the identity of the guy, but have you forgiven him since then?
Absolutely. We've spoken since then, so absolutely.
Oh, no, that was it. No, when I get nervous, I tell the truth.
Roy Williams didn't just deny hurting Kelly Rowland. He cracked open a secret that's been locked away for nearly 2 decades. In 2024, the former NFL star sat down with Vi Vixen and calmly explained why he called off their 2005 wedding, saying, "We didn't know each other well enough." Sounds mature, right? But for anyone who remembers Kelly's 2013 single Dirty Laundry, that statement hit like a live wire. Because in that song, Kelly didn't just sing about heartbreak. She described deep emotional and physical pain, painting a chilling image of a man who tried to break her spirit while the world thought she was living a dream beside her best friend. For years, everyone assumed that man was Roy, but now that Roy's denied everything, the internet's gone into overdrive, and every finger's pointing toward one powerful name, Jay-Z.
Itself, I call him the normal, regular guy, the simple guy. He kind of won your heart over. How does that relate to how you are personally as a person, and for a person like that to actually win your heart over?
All it takes is a conversation, which is exactly the way that love began in the movie.
And the timing, terrible for him. Just as Roy's interview started trending, Jay-Z's name was already tangled in chaos. In 2023, Kelly dropped another shocking clue. She said her abuser was still powerful in the industry. She never said who, but fans didn't need her to. By early 2025, Jay-Z's name was stamped all over 2 explosive lawsuits, shaking Hollywood to its core. One came from a woman claiming Jay-Z and Diddy assaulted her back in 2000 when she was only 13. The story was graphic, disturbing, and for a minute, it looked like one of music's biggest icons might finally be cornered. But then, the woman suddenly dropped the case, calling it a money grab. Weeks later, another bomb hit. A man named Joseph Monero claimed he was taken to a secret freak-off in Miami in 2015 and said Jay-Z and Beyoncé were there. But just like that, his filing vanished. He quietly removed their names after Jay-Z's lawyer stepped in with proof. Both stars were hundreds of miles away. 2 lawsuits, 2 clean disappearances. Insiders say Jay-Z's attorney, Alex Spiro, is infamous for his erase everything strategy, burying stories before they can breathe. So when Roy cleared his name and the Carter stayed silent, that silence said more than words ever could. Because while those court cases got buried, a different kind of evidence, emotional, visual, and haunting, started creeping back to the surface. Online fans started digging deep, replaying old interviews, catching details everyone missed the first time, and realizing something just didn't add up. The internet wanted answers, and fast, about what Jay-Z might really be hiding. Flashback to the 2021 premiere of The Harder They Fall, a Netflix film Jay-Z produced. Cameras caught a moment no one expected. Jay-Z suddenly froze on the red carpet, eyes locked on Kelly Rowland. His whole face changed in seconds. Shock, confusion, maybe even guilt. Then came the smile, the hug, and the words that broke the internet. "I didn't even know you were here." Fans went to war over it. Some called it polite, others swore it looked like a man who'd just seen a ghost from his past. That moment might have faded like most celebrity encounters, if not for what Kelly said right before it all went down. Months earlier, in a Cosmopolitan UK interview, Kelly called her canceled wedding embarrassing. Not sad, not painful, embarrassing. That word set off alarms everywhere. Fans now think the shame she mentioned wasn't about Roy at all, but about what came after him.
Those stories for years. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think that people wanted those stories for years, and that's just so sad on them because it's not like that. You know what I mean? It's so crazy. And I just think it's so sad that we live in a world where people don't want to see women get along and encourage and empower each other. And that's what we do for each other.
Because if Roy wasn't the man behind Dirty Laundry, then who was? Someone powerful, someone who could bury headlines and make lawsuits disappear overnight? Then things got messy. In late 2024, blogger Jason Lee claimed Jay-Z and Beyoncé's team had been calling nonstop about the growing Diddy scandal. He even said on air, "You can call me yourself because this is gonna go viral." Moments later, he warned that if he suddenly went missing, people should remember who'd been contacting him. It wasn't a direct threat, but everyone heard the tension, like he knew he was poking a dangerous beast.
And it was pretty much said like, Jay doesn't really want awards. Well, he go to the Grammys.
Right.
He you know, come into the Black-owned spaces. Let's figure out how to work together, so that way we have the relationship when it matters, not when it's convenient for you and your image. Because they all call us when the story is up that they don't like.
Even media host Piers Morgan hinted at strange pressure. After interviewing Jaguar Wright, who made wild claims about the Carters, he suddenly issued a fast apology, calling her words totally false. Fans caught how quick that apology came and started asking, what are Jay-Z and Beyoncé really hiding?
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're a piece of shit. Taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. You just want to go down there and you want to just remove all of the balls from every real gangster in Houston.
Through it all, Kelly's loyalty stayed strong. In early 2024, she gushed over Jay-Z's Grammy speech, calling him one of the greatest men I know. She's defended him for years, even when fans dissected her lyrics like clues. But those who were around during Destiny's Child's rise say it plain, Kelly and Jay-Z's bond ran way deeper than anyone ever realized. He wasn't just a mentor, he was everywhere. In studio sessions, on tour stops, at photo shoots, always there. While the Destiny's Child girls were barely out of their teens, Jay-Z was already a 30-year-old powerhouse in the game. That kind of age gap and influence created a serious imbalance, and now fans can't stop asking what was really happening behind closed doors. When Dirty Laundry dropped in 2013, Kelly didn't just tell a story, she exposed one. The lyrics painted a dark picture of isolation, control, and emotional manipulation by a man who made her feel invisible next to her best friend's fame. Listeners couldn't help but notice how closely that mirrored Kelly's real life, more than her short romance with Roy ever did. Roy was living quietly in Texas, far from the spotlight, while Jay-Z controlled her label ties, producers, and media access from New York. And when Kelly later hinted that her abuser was still powerful in the industry, the pieces stopped fitting around Roy altogether. Then came those emotional breakdowns that fans still can't forget. Just months after Dirty Laundry's release, Kelly was spotted crying after a private dinner with Beyoncé and Jay-Z. No one explained why, but the photos went viral in minutes. Some said it was joy, but now many think it looked like confrontation, or maybe closure between three people tied by secrets no one dared to say out loud. At the same time, Jay-Z's carefully polished image was already showing cracks. The long-running paternity claim from Ramir Satterthwaite, who insists Jay-Z fathered him in the early 90s, refuses to fade away. Jay-Z's team calls it harassment, but Ramir says one simple DNA test would end the mystery.
I don't have no felonies. I'm not crazy or none of that. It's like, I just want the truth, and it's so hard to get it from the courts. And it seems like Jay-Z don't want to say anything. So, I don't want to see him go down for something that, you could have just got taken care of. That's it.
The disturbing twist? Ramir's late mother was reportedly just 16 when she met Jay-Z. Another young girl, another legal maze, another unanswered question. When you line that up next to Kelly's story, the parallels start looking way too close for comfort. Inside the industry, insiders whisper that Jay-Z's camp has the media on lockdown. Publicists claim outlets quietly delete stories about his past after getting the call from Roc Nation 1 journalist. Even confessed editors label Jay-Z radioactive, too powerful to cross, too connected to challenge. That kind of control turns Kelly's silence into something bigger than loyalty. It looks like survival. She's seen what happens when someone dares to defy that machine. It never ends well. And when you rewind all the way back to Destiny's Child's early tours, things get even darker. Matthew Knowles once admitted 2 older male performers were kicked off a joint tour for acting inappropriately toward the girls. If that kind of thing was happening right under management's nose, what else got swept aside once Jay-Z joined their circle, working closely with Beyoncé and staying tight with Kelly? If the pattern really continued, then Dirty Laundry wasn't just music, it was a warning hiding in plain sight. By the time Roy Williams stepped up to deny ever laying a hand on Kelly Rowland, she had already rebuilt her world. From R&B star to respected actress and mentor, Kelly's glow-up was complete. Polished, powerful, and far from her painful past, she had every reason to keep that old chapter sealed, but Roy's calm, collected denial cracked the vault wide open again. His claim that he ended their engagement out of maturity, not conflict, directly clashed with the raw pain and fear Kelly poured into Dirty Laundry.
Okay, no, I mean, with this record, I did want to be more honest when it came to relationships and my take and my perspective on relationships. That sound like something else and not something vibrant.
Fans went back, replaying every lyric, every tearful moment, realizing they might have missed something huge. The deeper they looked, the clearer one name kept surfacing, the same man whose power still runs deep through the industry, Jay-Z. Jay-Z has never said a single word about the rumors linking him to Kelly's haunting song. Whenever his name comes up, his team either stays silent or issues those vague half-denials through unnamed sources. But his moves tell a louder story. Every time a new claim drops, it disappears in days. Posts vanish. Platforms go quiet. To fans, that doesn't look like coincidence. It looks like coordination. Quick lawsuits, erased stories, and perfectly timed PR spins have become Jay-Z's signature playbook. Even the small moments seem off now. During Beyoncé's Renaissance celebrations, Kelly appeared at several events, but she was careful, almost strategic. Cameras caught her keeping distance from Jay-Z, only stepping closer when photographers insisted she smiled, but her body language screamed tension. Fans noticed instantly. Some said she looked nervous. Others said she looked like someone walking on eggshells. Because when the man at the center of every rumor controls the narrative, even silence starts to look like proof. As of mid-2025, none of them, not Kelly, not Roy, not Jay-Z's, have spoken to clear the air, but the internet refuses to let it die. Forums are digging up old clips, body language experts are analyzing every blink and glance, anonymous insiders are teasing that more truth bombs are on the way. Some even hint that the 2025 federal trials connected to Diddy's alleged network could pull in other big names, and fans can't help but wonder if Jay-Z's name might finally surface next. Whether that happens or not, the tension's in the air, because Jay-Z's history with young women isn't just gossip, it's documented. In late 2024, rapper Foxy Brown snapped back at the internet after people claimed she'd signed an NDA about her past with Jay-Z. Her response? Explosive. She wrote, "Ain't no MF alive could stop my story. No code, no hiding." She was reminding everyone she met Jay-Z when she was barely 16, recording their 1996 hit together, with lyrics dripping in flirtation and chemistry. And then came the bomb that shook the hip-hop world, Nas's Ether. The 2001 diss track didn't just attack Jay-Z's ego, it dragged his private life into the light. When Nas rapped, "Heard Foxy got you hot 'cause you kept your face in her," the crowd knew exactly what he meant. That line reignited every rumor the industry had tried to bury, and it didn't stop there. Around the same time, Carmen Bryan, Nas's ex, came forward claiming she had a 5-year affair with Jay-Z that allegedly ended in pregnancy. In a 2017 interview, she revealed she lost the baby but stood firm that the relationship was real. Her timeline lined up perfectly with Jay-Z's early rise to fame, painting a picture of a man whose private world was far messier than the clean-cut mogul image he built. And the wildest part, Carmen wasn't the only one. In 2025, a Maryland woman named Letitia Meir went viral after claiming she was Jay-Z's daughter. She said her family had known for years and that her mother was just 16 when she met him. The resemblance, uncanny, and the timeline, early 90s before Beyoncé, almost too perfect. Jay-Z's legal team moved with lightning speed. They didn't just respond, they mobilized. Because when it comes to protecting him, his lawyers don't fight scandals, they erase them. Just look at Ramir Satterthwaite, the man who spent over a decade insisting he's Jay-Z's son and still hasn't gotten one simple DNA test. Court filings show Jay-Z's team blocked him at every turn, challenging deadlines, dodging jurisdiction, hiding behind sealed documents. Their entire strategy: delay, deflect, outspend, and outlast. It's not just defense, it's domination. And that's what makes people wonder, if Jay-Z's team goes this hard to crush a paternity claim, how far would they go to silence an abuse accusation from someone still active in the industry like Kelly Rowland? In 2023, Kelly never said her abuser was famous. She said he was powerful. That wasn't random wording, that was a warning. In Hollywood, power means control over the press, the narrative, and the truth itself. And we've seen how Jay-Z's machine moves when that control gets tested. Remember when Piers Morgan had to issue that awkward on-air apology in 2024 after airing Jaguar Wright's wild claims about the Carters, accusing them of dark connections and ties to the Diddy scandal? Within days, Jay-Z's lawyer Alex Spiro stepped in and demanded the network pull the whole segment. Morgan folded immediately, calling the comments totally false and legally unsafe. The show called Uncensored ended up censoring itself. That's not coincidence. That's influence, fear, and money working together in real time. Behind the scenes, insiders call Alex Spiro the ultimate fixer. One call from him, and entire stories vanish. Journalists admit they've been warned to steer clear of certain topics if they want to keep access to Roc Nation's artists. The result, a chilling culture of silence. So when Kelly Rowland calls Jay-Z one of the greatest men I know, no one really knows if that's loyalty or survival, because if she ever told the full story, it could shake the entire industry. If Kelly Rowland ever spoke up, she'd be staring down the same legal monster that's made entire lawsuits vanish without a trace. That's the real story here. Dirty Laundry isn't just a song, it's a riddle, half confession, half cry for help. For years, everyone thought she was singing about Roy Williams, but his calm denial flipped the whole narrative upside down. The only person who still fits the puzzle, the powerful mentor who stayed untouchable for 2 decades, is Jay-Z. And every time that theory starts to gain traction, his team clamps down fast. Posts disappear, footage vanishes, corrections suddenly appear online. The pattern never changes. It's the same playbook, just on repeat. Foxy Brown's teenage collaboration gets rewritten as harmless nostalgia. Carmen Bryan's pregnancy story gets brushed off as gossip. The Ramir Satterthwaite paternity case gets buried under legal filings, and now Letitia Mears' viral claims are fading quietly into the algorithm like they never even existed. Maybe one of those stories could be coincidence, but all of them together, that's a pattern too sharp to ignore. It's a pattern of control, fear, and silence. And right in the center of it stands Kelly, calm, poised, and quiet. Her silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. She hasn't named her abuser, but Jay-Z's legal team has spent all of 2025 making sure no one else dares to either. So here's the real question. If every single one of these claims is false, then why fight so hard to erase them? Why pour millions into scrubbing stories that supposedly don't mean anything? Are we watching a targeted smear campaign against a hip-hop legend, or the slow unraveling of a man with too much to hide? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because the truth feels closer than ever. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explosive updates, and I'll see you in the next one.